Good morning, everybody. So, it's been 3 days. I think I'm okay now. So, moving on. So, I had a conversation today. Not a conversation, sorry. I was listening to a gentleman who was kind of like going on his rant about where we are as a people, why our protests are basically not working. So, I'm not one to provoke violence or anything like that. But in him talking about us doing the same thing so peacefully, non confrontational, so on and so forth, we're not getting the results that we need in the Black Lives Matter movement. Okay? So that got me to thinking about something. I pose a question to our Black kings, and I use that term very, very loosely because it doesn't apply to all of you. So, what I realized with some Black men who are talking about politics very eloquently, talking about the president very informatively, talking about the movement and the person's dying, and standing in the rights of what Black men go through and the strife that they go through very passionately. I took inventory into that and I realized something. How many of those same men who are woke and politically correct done their individual work? How many of you guys have tackled your demons? How many of you guys realize how broken you are? The energy that you guys put into this movement with just having facts, do y'all realize y'all lack empathy? And it is really, really prevalent. And let me help you understand it a step further on why it's so prevalent. Okay? You can understand the strife of a Black man, but don't understand as a broken man the damage you do to your community, the damage you do to your homes, the damage you do to yourself. What I've realized in a conversation I had with my sister-in-law yesterday, as Black women, we don't know how to do anything but survive. Black men, you know how to conform. The man was talking about militia. And I think the reason why we don't have enough Black men in the mindset of having a militia and going about this the same way as seeing it as a war is because half of those men don't even know how to fight for their women. Half of those men know nothing about fighting anything of worth to them and their community. If it doesn't give them instant gratification in that fucking moment, guess what? It's not worth the fight for them. That's what I've learned in this process, my own personal process and this worldly process. I say all that to say this. Black man, do your work. You're doing your community injustice. You're doing the women who have that you stood on her back to get to the next level. So many women are in the state of autopilot emotionally behind the sacrifices we made emotionally for men. And they think that what we pour into them, just like what y'all think that y'all pour into the white man and his company. For some odd reason, you think that that's going to make our community better. It's not. The individual learning self-worth is what's going to make it better for all of us. And because we're not doing our individual work, men and women, Black men and Black women, because we're not doing our individual work, we have no concept of understanding of the work that's required to change this era, to change this plight that we have. We keep thinking we could come together as Black people and we can make it work. We can't, because we can't even do it for ourselves. We can't even show up for ourselves. We can't even stand on. We get demonized for having a standard. Black man or Black woman, we are demonized by each other for setting a standard of being too high. And we project that over and over and over and over again in our community. So how the hell can we show up for our community when we cannot show up for ourselves and we cannot show up for our families the way we were supposed to? So I say all that to say, stop reposting what you see on social media about the politics of the world. Start reposting how you healing. Start reposting and ministering to each other about growth and about your demons and your brokenness. Help each other heal individually so that we can be strong enough to move as a fucking unit, you dummies. Do your fucking work. Our race is going to die because you selfish, self-centered, unwoke motherfuckers do not want to do your work. Do your work. This movement will not be successful until each individual black person does their fucking work. You cannot stand united with somebody when you have insecurities of who you are as an individual. There's no way in hell you will know how to stand and be united with anybody. If you don't know how to be united in a relationship, if you don't know how to be committed in a relationship, you cannot be committed to this movement. So if you up here and you protesting and projecting all the shit that you hear in social media about the movement of Black lives, and you are strifing about the killings of all these innocent black people for the color of their fucking skin, and you are cheating on your fucking wives, and you are cheating on your fucking job, are you cheating and not being there for your fucking kids? Shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down, because you are not a king. You are not a queen. Until you learn your worth on an individual level, you will always be a fucking house nigga. Now, which one are you? You could be a house nigga, a field nigga, or an independent fucking black queen and king. Y'all niggas out here scared to do your work. You're scared to see yourself for who you really are. And then you want to have an opinion. Because somebody says I'm judgy. I'll be judgy. I'm going to be judgy to every motherfucker who sit here who want to judge our president when they sitting here fucking up their own units. You destroying your own family units by your own actions, and you want to talk about this president? Do your own fucking work before you want to cast a stone at that orange nigga, okay? Do that. At the end of the day, self-love is the best love and the only love that's going to be ever needed. That's the only thing that's going to get you to the place you want to be in, inside and out. Do your fucking work, guys. Stop walking around here with that king and king mentality when your home, the one that you're responsible for, is broke and in famine and lost and confused and broken. The movement starts with you individually. The movement starts with your family unit. And then you bring it out into the world. Until y'all motherfuckers gonna do that, shut up. Shut up. Y'all can't have an opinion. Your opinion is invalid, and y'all can't have a judgment. Fix your own damn house before you want to try to fix the world or have an opinion on the world. I'm just saying.